Good morning. I welcome you to the Blanchette Catholic Center. I wish I could be with you in person today, but I'm out of town and I didn't want to miss the opportunity to at least greet you and express my enthusiasm for this program that you're going to be participating in today. As you're probably aware, I've asked that the people in the Diocese of Joliet consider evangelization and welcoming of young adults as the priority for our pastoral work in the Diocese of Joliet. And last fall, our priests spent several days in convocation addressing this very issue and receiving some wonderful information. And I also think that we developed a sense of enthusiasm and unity around this priority of evangelizing and welcoming young adults. I think you're all well aware that the landscape has changed substantially and that we're no longer able to expect the faith to be passed on within families from one generation to the next. I'm not at all disparaging our parents. They just have a very uphill effort to try to share the faith with their young teenage children and their young adult children. Our culture is very much opposed to our values and even many of our theological beliefs. As an example, just recently I visited one of our religious education programs in one of our parishes, and a seventh grader, was asking me, how do we know that God exists? Well, I mean, I was not exactly prepared to present to him the 5 traditional proofs for the existence of God. That's not something you do in a 7th grade classroom, especially when you're not prepared to do that. But I did present one of them. I could just read the skepticism in his face. Now, this is a 7th grader. And one of the things that we priests learned on the convocation is that the average age at which a young person today sort of checks out of faith and a sense of wanting to be part of the church is 13. So it's clear that we have a lot of work to do. And I'm very grateful for your willingness to come today to this program, your willingness to roll up your sleeves and be part of this effort to adjust the way in which we go about our work of proclaiming the gospel and forming young people in the ways of the faith and welcoming them into the community. Sometimes I think we're just going to have to accept young people the way they are, the way they come, even though their level of belief is not where we would like it to be, even if their level of practice of the faith is not where we would want it to be. If we expect them to measure up to everything that we hold dear and important before letting them in the door, they're never going to come in the door. So it's a real adjustment to the way in which we are approaching our task of bringing the gospel and the love of Christ to these young people. But I'm so happy that you're here today, and I wish I could be with you to share this moment. But be aware that I am with you in spirit and praying for you not only today, but for all the good work that you are doing throughout the Diocese of Joliet. God bless all of you.